Hey guys, today I'm going to be working with gouache and colored pencil, and I'm going to be giving you some channel updates. First order of business is to give a shout out to Cassandra Hall, who also did my Van Gogh challenge. She did a really cute owl in the style of Van Gogh. I'm going to leave a card up here so that you can check her video out. Cassandra is one of the members of our artist community that Larry Williams has created, and she has some really cool things on her channel, so I'd recommend you check her out. Next, I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing and hanging out with me once a week in my little art corner here on YouTube. I'm getting to know some of you, especially the people that comment a lot on my videos, and I couldn't be more grateful for the quality of people that are coming into this channel. You guys are all very special. Thank you so much for all the wonderful feedback that I get every week. It really helps me to keep going. I hope I'm bringing each and every one of you something useful, whether it be some tips and tricks or just inspiration or just entertainment. Sometimes it's nice to hear someone talk. I'm currently thinking of ways that I can improve the quality of my content. I'm looking into maybe buying some equipment and changing my format so that it's more interactive and more interesting. And that's where you guys come in. If you have any ideas or suggestions as to what kind of videos you would like to see me do, don't hesitate to leave me a comment here or direct message me on Instagram, and I'll make that happen. One of the things that I want to start doing more in this channel is fan art. I have ideas for pieces to celebrate certain video games that I like, or certain books or movies that I'm a fan of. So there's going to be some fan art at some point. And before I forget, I know I said I was going to post a challenge soon, but instead of doing that this month, I want to invite you all to do the Red Panda challenge that Cat Skinner posted on Reddit. Red pandas are critically endangered, and I think it's a great idea to try to bring some awareness through art. And if you've never seen a red panda, let me tell you, it's not hard to want to paint these guys because they're so cute. So yeah, that's gonna be the challenge this month. So let's get to it, people. I want to see lots of red pandas in the next couple of weeks. It's funny that I decided to paint oranges this week because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really stuffy today. I forgot to take my allergy pill, and it's like my sinuses are just a mess today. Spring has sprung here in New England, and one of the first things that happens is that I get crazy allergies. So I think it's hilarious that I'm painting oranges as I'm doing this voiceover. I found this photo on Pixabay. I use Pixabay a lot, and it was one of those things where I looked at it and it just spoke to me for some reason. And I guess that what I found and what I find really attractive about this composition is the simplicity. It's just a simple palette of warm colors on a table, and then just a red flower as an accent. I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of gouache. I feel really comfortable working in gouache now. And later I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do the details in colored pencil, and I'm excited because I'm gonna whip out my Luminance by Caran and my Polychromos, which I've been playing around for a bit off camera. I did some color swatches and some little exercises to kind of see what I could do with them, and I love them. I love them. None of them have broken at all. The leads are super strong, and they sharpen to a really fine point. So I guess that means bye-bye Prismacolor. I'm switching teams. I find that combining the Polychromos with the Caran Gouache is really, really useful because they complement each other. The Polychromos is an oil-based pencil, and they tend to be very transparent and translucent. So that is good for certain things, but then the Caran Gouache are wax-based, and they're very opaque. So you'll see me mix and match a little later in the video. Right now, I'm probably working on the 3rd or 4th layer of gouache, slowly building up the colors and establishing my areas and working on some of the details. I'm also trying to establish my main areas of value and starting to work on that and building my shadows and my lights up. And once I was done with that, it was time to whip out the pencils. I see myself gravitating towards colored pencils, even though I haven't really done any art in colored pencils since I was a child. I find that it's very intuitive for some reason. Maybe it's because I used colored pencils through my childhood so much. It felt really intuitive. It feels really intuitive. I didn't find myself looking at my reference photo as much as I thought I was gonna do. And the only reason I haven't attempted a full painting using colored pencils or a full piece using colored pencils is because I feel it's a very slow medium, and at this point I just don't have the time. Maybe in the summer I'll have more time and I'll be able to do work with slower mediums and also do bigger pieces, because that's the other thing. The reason I'm doing lots of studies and sketches on paper is because I don't really have a lot of time to do really, really big pieces, which is what I have a couple of projects and pieces that I've designs that I've done on Photoshop that I want to translate into canvas, but I want them to be big, so I'm gonna need more time. One thing I did not like about this project was the paper, and I want to reach out to all of my watercolor friends. Help me out, because I have yet to find a paper that won't buckle on me. And it's not like I haven't tried stretching it. I've tried stretching it. I tape it down. I make sure it's thoroughly wet before I tape it down. And no matter what I do, all the paper that I've tried so far buckles on me. So if you guys have any recommendations, please leave me a comment with what your preferred watercolor paper is, and I'll give them a try, because I've tried. This is Canson, and it's supposed to be mixed media, but it's really not. It buckled so much. This is probably the worst paper I've ever used for this, because I've done lots of studies in acrylic on that paper, and I've had absolutely no problem with it. It just doesn't take in the water as well, I guess. But I've also worked in Fabriano, and that's supposed to be really good, and it still buckled on me. I mean, it didn't buckle as much, but it still did. It didn't really lie perfectly flat. So I don't know if I'm just being unrealistic, and I've never worked on watercolor paper, or if I'm just doing something wrong. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. I would also like to know if any of you has ever used the Aqua Board by Ampersand. I've heard really good things and really bad things. There's like there are mixed emotions, and I'm definitely gonna try them out, because I'm really liking the working in gouache and working in colored pencil and media that doesn't really take well to canvas. But I want my surfaces to be smooth and not buckle, because I don't know if you can see now, the reason I'm holding the paper down is because it buckled so much. I can't really get in and do the detail the way I want to without actually pressing the paper down into my table. So if any of you has worked with Aquaboard, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm definitely going to go at some point and purchase some, and I'll be trying them out soon. At this point, I'm done doing all the details in colored pencil, and then I'm coming back with gouache to darken mainly the wood and certain parts of the oranges and the background. And the reason I can do this is because when I was coloring, I was very careful not to burnish. If you don't burnish your paper with colored pencil, you can come back with gouache and it will take the color. It will absorb into the paper. So unless you're 100% sure that your colored pencil is the final layer, I don't recommend burnishing. And that's it for this week. I had fun with this project, even though the paper was a nightmare. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I have new art videos every Thursday. Thank you so much for watching. I'm David Cavallin, and I'll see you guys next time.